Hello and welcome back everybody to F124. I almost said 23. F124, my team career mode. This is episode number 2 as we are heading to the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. One of my favorite tracks on the F1 calendar. Very free flowing, very fast paced. Just the way I like it. And hopefully a good result by the end of this race weekend.
Corniche, one of the fastest circuits on the calendar, but let's see who will be fastest of them all. We're about to set the grid for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Yes, it's qualifying.
Thank you for clarifying that is qualifying, Crofty. Anyway, so yeah, straight to qualifying. We have finished our practice sessions. As usual, I skipped those on the recording, so I don't have to show you the pointless bits while I'm creating these videos. So we're gonna head to our first lap. We're actually already going through the first two corners, the chicane at the end of the pit straight. A lot of time can be made or lost in those first two corners. Depending on how you exit those corners will determine how well your lap time, or how good your lap time is by the end of the lap. Now we have a very decent first sector over here, 36.7, and we are now approaching the end of the second sector with where it's purple for us, so we are pretty quick around this circuit, and I'm half sure an upgrade or two have been applied to the car by this race weekend, as we are now heading towards the line. What kind of lap times are we setting? It is a pretty slow lap time, this 1:33.0. So yeah, plenty of time to gain somewhere around this circuit, but just for one run this is enough, and just enough for us to make it through into Q2, as we are only a tenth and a half away from the drop zone, as we're gonna go on our second run of qualifying, our first of Q2, as we're gonna set a banker lap on this used set of softs, hoping for a decent lap time that we can work our way off of on the second run. Honestly, I'm lost in this recording. I don't really have a lot to say for once. I'm normally like full of I don't know, jokes and stuff, but I'm guessing my brain being so switched off, as it is the weekend right now while I'm recording this, and I've just finished my first week of university. There's a lot has been going on. New students, new people, and new experiences as always. But let's talk about this current F1 season. We are currently recording this while the Monza race is happening. So Italian Grand Prix is going on right now. Not the race, it is Saturday, so qualifying will start in another 5 minutes as of recording this. So as soon as I finish this bit of recording, I'm definitely gonna go and watch the quali sessions live, as we set a better lap time compared to Q1, so around 3/10 quicker. So yeah, there was definitely time to improve off of compared to our first run and our only run in qualifying. But yeah, I've enjoyed watching this season so far. There's a chance Lando could be a world champion if he continues at this pace of securing win after win till the end of the race. I believe he'll be around one or 2 points behind by the final race of the season in Abu Dhabi. So yeah, definitely an exciting an exciting season is about to unfold. This is still far from over in the drivers and the constructors championship. McLaren are around 30 points behind, so yeah, I'm definitely excited to see the results as we turn the final corner over here and to the line. We are already we are a second up on our previous time, and that should be good enough for Q3. And yes, it was good enough for Q3, as we are gonna make our first Q3 appearance of the season, and straight away we are on a flying lap on our first Q3 outing on this circuit. And there's Alonso, who is close behind. If you don't remember, Alonso really gave us a lot of trouble. I wouldn't say trouble, but he pushed us to our limit in our final 3 races of the F123 Season 2 season, if that makes any sense. But our focus is not Alonso. Our focus is to set the fastest possible lap time to get as close as we can to the front of the grid with the current package that we have on this car. But like, yeah, once again, I'm just like, having a quick peek behind me, as I don't want to disrupt or disturb his car with the dirty air that's coming off of mine. And it looks like Alonso has made up some ground on us throughout this lap, and he's very close behind, and he's definitely going to get a very good tow going down towards the finish line, as we set a lap time of 1:31.4, which is surprisingly slower than Alonso. So the tow he got along the fast back straight basically helped him. But then again, we were on a used set of softs on that run, and also this is being recorded the day after I recorded the commentary for the first 2 qualifying sessions, and I have come back from watching the Italian Grand Prix, and definitely an unexpected result for Ferrari, as they win the Italian Grand Prix after a very difficult, I wouldn't say difficult, it's a hard thing to pull off on a resurfaced track, because the entire field went for the 2-stopper, while Ferrari opted to go for that surprising 1-stop, which was an option, but it was a very gambly option for Ferrari, which the gamble had paid off for them as Leclerc won the race. So yeah, that was definitely exciting. But we have now a purple first sector. We are around a 10th and a half up on our previous time, and this is where we were definitely using the ERS on our previous run, as we were gaining and losing time at the same time. But by the time we reach the final corner, we are 2.5 tenths, 3 tenths quicker than our previous run, and a quick dart to the line would put us in what position? So that lap time was good for 6th place, so we have a very good race ahead of us.
Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow. We're here today on the shores of the Red Sea in the lower Hejaz Mountains to visit one of the newest circuits on the Formula One calendar. We're in Jeddah, home to what we all hope is going to be a thrilling Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So let's take a look at the topographical map of the Jeddah Street Circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Lando Norris lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Perez, Fernando Alonso, the owner driver, Russell, Sainz, Oscar Piastri, Hamilton, Stroll, Gasly, Ocon, Tsunoda, Magnussen, Albon, Ricciardo, Joe, Hulkenberg, Sargent, Bottas, and Arthur Leclerc. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway.
Alright, so we are going for a a hard to medium compound strategy for this race. Something very similar to our strategy in the previous episode, the previous race, where we went from a hard to a soft strategy, and that did us very well in that race. So hopefully we can replicate that over on this circuit. Now, a thing or two before the race gets started is that different tracks have different tire degradation, and this is something I learned in a future video. Now, I won't tell you which race it was, obviously, because I want to keep it a surprise, but strategies like these only work on circuits that can give you a nicer and longer tire life. Now, I don't know if this one was a bad circuit to do this kind of strategy on, but it doesn't matter, as we're gonna prepare ourselves to go racing. Once again, here we go. It is 5 red lights. Verstappen from pole position. It's lights on, and away we go as Lando Norris gets a very good start. We get very squirrely off the line, as we didn't get a good warm-up of those hard compound tires, and we dropped down to 7th place. Luckily for us, we did not hit anyone and lose any aerodynamic performance, as we reclaim our position in 6th place ahead of George Russell. So Norris leads from Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez in 4th place, Alonso ahead of us in 5th, and us battling with George Russell, who is behind us in 7th place, and Carlos Sainz 8th. Ocon and Hamilton finish up the top 10. Sorry, that took a while to come out my mouth, but a very decent start for us, considering we are on the probably the worst race start tire you can put on, and this is gonna be a very reoccurring theme with us in these first few races of the season, where we try to improve our car through the R&D and try to get ahead of the rest of the midfield, and probably get ourselves into the top 3, as right now we have Sainz and Russell fighting for position with us, as they both perform a switchback maneuver on us, and we lose two positions going into that final corner, but we get a good slipstream off of Carlos Sainz, as we're going to take this battle all the way to the first chicane and make the overtake work, as we take back 7th place, but Sainz is still alongside us going towards turn 4, as he's on the outside line. We hold on to the inside line, and we finally secure our position in 7th place, while Russell, who got fortunate out of that a little scrap we had with Carlos Sainz, he is now almost 2 seconds away from us in this race by lap 2, going into turn 13 over here, this bank corner. A very interesting corner where you can't really put it on full throttle until later in the exit, and if you do go flat out by the exit, you could have a chance of spinning up and hitting the wall, so you have to be very careful on that exit over there. But now Sainz is gonna go round the outside and into the final corner ahead of us in 7th place, but critically we are going to be behind him at the DRS detection point, which has been moved to after the final corner. I do not remember when they implemented that. I think it was after the fight with Leclerc and Verstappen in the 22 season, where they kept trading positions just so one can have the DRS advantage going down the main straight. But yeah, definitely a good decision from the race organizers to put the detection point after the final corner. Means it's more safer for the drivers as they race on this circuit, as once again Sainz gets ahead of us. He is now recharging his battery for the run down to the first corner, as we have a huge snap of oversteer over there. Got a bit throttle happy as we are now with DRS and ERS usage going down the straight. We are hunting Carlos Sainz down, going into turn 1, late braking around the outside, and we make ourselves make our position back into P7. And there you go. This is where I was talking about with the paddle shifters. I don't know if this was in this video that I said it. Again, this is the next day after recording the first 2 qualifying sessions. I don't know if I mentioned it in this episode or the previous video, where my paddle shifter would either get stuck and I couldn't shift up, so I have to like shift hard, like I have to pull hard on the paddle as Sainz once again flies by. We make a little bit of contact there with our left front tire to his right rear, as we are gonna go once again with DRS down the main straight. We make a very easy overtake on Carlos Sainz. This is I'm out of breath already, as we are now up into 3rd place. The leading cars have already pitted, so Verstappen is the only other car left to pit from the leading 2, as Russell as well is pitting. And as you can see on that front right, we have a lot of damage. This is not where it was damage from the amount of times I've hit the wall exiting turn 13, as we have a little bit of a moment over there. As you can see, Norris is now currently behind us. Not behind us, sorry. He is behind Max Verstappen by about 1.5 seconds by the time he exits the pits. So Verstappen has done him in the pit stops, and we are now currently heading towards the pits ourselves to service our car and put on the medium tire. Now, where are we gonna put get out relative to the rest of the pack? And hopefully for us it is gonna be ahead of George Russell, but I don't think it is possible, as we have gone long on the hard tire, and this has put us at a disadvantage in the latter stages of the stint, and we are now currently out of the pits right behind George Russell alongside Carlos Sainz, and it looked like we made a bit of contact over there with Carlos Sainz as we take the inside line going into turn 4 and ahead of Sainz. So we end up behind George Russell, and that's definitely going to be our objective for the rest of these 7 laps towards the end of this race, to catch up to George Russell, who was ahead of us by 4.8 seconds, as just our race engineer has just mentioned. And we are now setting the track alight, setting the fastest lap of this race at 1:33.0, so that's a very fast lap, obviously compared to the rest of the field, as we are the fastest car on the track right now. So we are catching up to George Russell by 0.5 a lap, again, as our race engineer has just said, and we are once again purple in the middle sector as we are pushing this car as fast as we can. I believe we're also on hot lap mode, as we have yellows ahead. It looks like a McLaren has gone round, as we can see in that replay on the top right. It's Lando Norris who spins out and hits the wall. It's definitely gonna do a lot of damage to him in the championship, as he is now with a 30 30 seconds worth of penalties. Oh, he's definitely gonna be behind. He's last place, and if it was any more time penalties, he would be being lapped by Verstappen, as Perez is also up there as well. So a good recovery from Perez compared to the last race, where he was fighting just about for, like, I don't know, places between 6th and 10th, as Verstappen is now going around the final few turns, final few corners. He's on the back straight. He's going around the final corner right now, the hairpin turn, as he is now on the main straight, ahead of everyone else. A pretty huge gap, if I do say so myself, as Max Verstappen crosses the line to win the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. His teammate making it a teammate comes in second, makes it a 1-2 finish for the Red Bulls, as Leclerc finishes up the podium positions as he comes home in third. Alonso very close behind him, as we come home to finish 5th place. A decent result for us, as we made up a position from the start to the end of this race. A good race overall, as we claim driver of the day as well. So I'm happy with that for sure.
It's another victory and a champion's performance from Max Verstappen.
And it's always good, Crofty, to get that momentum on your side, and it's really good for your confidence as well. The more confident you are, the further that can take you.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everybody at the team. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Alright, so this means that Lando Norris has lost a lot of ground in the championship because of his incident on the final corner on lap 15-16. I'm not sure of that. I didn't pay attention to what lap that was. But yeah, definitely a huge amount of damage done to him in his championship run, as we are still 4th in the Constructors' Championship, thanks to me, and 3rd in the Drivers' Championship ourselves. Hopefully, with time, Arthur Leclerc gets to improve his racecraft and his pace near the end of the season. So we are expecting a lot of upgrades for the Australian Grand Prix, and hopefully those upgrades do push us up further in the standings in terms of performance. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this episode till the end. If you liked this video, then please make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and have a nice day.